However, to narrow the scope to only Danmaku shmups, I'm feeling a bit dissatisfied with the direction it's currently headed. Many of them are usually fun to play as games, but even though that might be fine as it is, in some instances, it might give the impression that dodging bullets is not fun. In that sense, Komakyo brings things back to the starting point, by curbing the game systems that change the difficulty in obscure ways while at the same time pursuing the natural fun of dodging bullets. Hi, I'm +9 Attack, and I've noticed that there's not a lot of guides for EoSD on normal. So I decided to throw myself into the fire and make a guide out of my struggle for its 20th anniversary. EoSD is not a beginner-friendly game, so I would highly recommend that you do not start with it if you're looking to get into the Touhou games. If you are looking to get into the Touhou games, then I would recommend watching Getting Started with Touhou Games by Asprey FM. Now, EoSD was the first Touhou game that I played when I stumbled upon the series back in, 2014. And now here I am 1cc'ing it 8 years later. Oh yeah, did I mention this is my first 1cc on normal? So I'll preface that I am no expert on shmups or on Touhou. So please don't take this guide as gospel, and if you feel like I'm talking out of my ass, then there's plenty of different guides and 1cc playthroughs to learn from. Touhou 6 has some RNG in certain spell cards, so I will be trying my best to explain what's going on. But if you have any tips or anything else you would like to share, please leave a comment. This guide is more of a, if I can do it, so can you. So I will not be playing perfectly, and if you would like to see that, I would suggest looking up a perfect run on YouTube. Any terms that I will use, I will try to explain in the bottom right corner, but as I said, I am no expert on shmups, so if I don't use a certain term or just get it wrong, don't get too mad. This guide is for the base game and not for the extra stage. If you're looking for the extra stage, then there will be a link in the description to a fantastic in-depth guide by Hawkeye Blue. Without further ado, let's get this party started. Touhou 6 is the start of the Windows era, so there's many things left over from the PC98 titles. And so we're going to make use of the only beneficial thing: starting lives and bombs. In options, we are setting our starting lives to 5 and bombs to 3. This only affects scoring, which doesn't matter for our 1cc run. Your skill will still be a factor, and the extra lives is only a padding, so don't think you're safe with just a few more. Another thing left over from PC98 is rank. Rank is determined by how you play. The better you are, the harder the game gets. Rank isn't something that you should really worry about. It only affects bullet speed and density, and will only make the later stages a bit harder. Rank starts at 16 and goes up by not getting hit, by collecting items, and by gaining lives to a maximum of 32. Rank is lost if hit, by bombing, or by letting items go off screen. With the most rank you can lose is 18 by death bombing. On to shot type. Reimu and Marisa each have 2 shot types, which affects how they play, as well as what spell cards the stage 4 boss uses. For this guide, I'll be using Reimu A, because it's the one I'm the most comfortable with, but Marisa B is considered to be the easiest, because her bomb, Master Spark, has the longest uptime and generally makes spell cards non-threatening. As for spell cards in difficult stages, I will show them without me shooting as well as invulnerable, so you can see what they are like before you watch me struggle with it. These runs will be marked with demo, as to try to negate confusion. I recommend using TH-Prac so you can practice parts that are giving you trouble. It really helped me, and it's what I'll be using to show you the spell cards. A link will be in the description. Stage 1 is pretty straightforward. To start, a line of fairies will come down and head towards the opposite side of the screen. First from the left, then the right. Then more will head down from both sides and then off screen. Pink fairies will show up after them and start firing aim spread attacks. It's nothing to stress about, just watch out for some stray bullets. Unlike later Touhou games, you will only get item pickups at the top of the screen once you get full power, so focus on getting power items for the time being. Once the double up blue fairies start coming down, it means mid-boss Rumia is after them. Mid-boss Rumia is pretty easy. She will start off on the right side and shoot a ring of bullets. Then she'll move up and fire another ring of smaller bullets. She will then move to the left side of the screen and fire 2 rings of bullets similar to the first one, before heading to the top center of the screen and sending a bunch of bullets out. Depending on your damage, you can defeat her before her spam attack. After she's gone, it's back to the pink fairies. A good rule of thumb for Touhou is to leave the very bottom of the screen as backup. Vertical movement is just as important as horizontal, and having that extra space might come in handy. After a pause on pink fairies, another group of side-by-side fairies will come down and alternate sides twice, left then right. After they are defeated, Rumia will then show up as a boss this time. Rumia will always start off by firing a line of red bullets aimed at you, so don't be too close and stream them. After that, Rumia goes into RNG mode and will choose between a couple of different attacks. Just don't be too close to her and you should be fine. Night Sign Nightbird has Rumia sending out waves of bullets that spread out as they get further down the screen. After 8 waves, Rumia moves and then starts the process over again. For her second non-spell, she will give you time to grab the P items before aiming lasers and firing green bullets at you. Once all the lasers finish going off, Rumia will move and send out another attack, and just like her first non-spell, it's random which one she'll choose. Dark Sign Demarcation has Rumia surround herself with bullets that will spin as they head down the screen. Just look for an opening to slip past each ring. After she fires 3 rings, she'll shoot 4 waves of aimed bullets at you. It might seem overwhelming, but just stream the aimed bullets and watch out for the remaining rings. Like Stage 1, Stage 2 is pretty easy. To start, a horde of spinning enemies will come down and occasionally shoot out bullets and kunais. I just stay near the bottom of the screen and just watch out for stray bullets. After the horde, waves of blue fairies and 1 spinning enemy will come down and fire some bullets. Afterwards, the mid-boss Daiyousei will come down. Daiyousei will start out by sending out a ring of green kunais, moving, then firing a ring of red kunais. After the red kunais, she will then fire white and blue bullets. The blue bullets are not aimed at you, while the white bullets are, so stream them. After that, she will start the process over again. After Daiyousei is defeated, she'll drop a bomb pickup, which will come in handy. The next segment is similar to the start of the stage, except with a bunch of white birds. I couldn't find the name of them, but they will not shoot any bullets, and even though they don't shoot, they still have a hitbox, so watch out for them. After a pause in enemies, pink fairies will show up alongside icicles, which will act like the pink fairies in the first stage. They will show up at the top of the screen, with the first one showing up on the left, and they will keep spawning until they reach the right side of the screen. After they reach the right side, things will die down before they will show up again, this time from the right and heading left. After they reach the left side, Cirno will show up. Cirno will start by shooting 3 bursts of aimed icicles. While you can dodge through them, I would recommend redirecting them. After that, she will fire a ring of blue bullets and white ice. The ice will start off as a ring, then head straight towards you, and after reaching your location, will spread out. After firing 3 ice rings, she'll go back to firing the 3 bursts of aimed icicles. Ice Sign Icicle Fall has Cirno firing icicles from her sides that will curve down, and unlike Easy, she has her front covered this time with aimed yellow bullets. Now this might seem daunting, but it's easier to stay close to her, and before the icicles converge at the center, she will stop shooting and give you some time to avoid them. Cirno's second non-spell has her firing blue and white bullets, with the center blue bullets being aimed at you. After she fires 8 blue bullets, she will then fire 3 waves of 3 lasers, with the middle laser being aimed at you. Freeze Sign Perfect Freeze has Cirno throwing strategy out the window and just firing colorful bullets out at random in your general direction, before freezing them in place, firing bullets that are not even aimed at you, then moving the freezed bullets in random directions. This one is an RNG fest, and I hope it goes well for you. A tip is when she freezes the bullets in place, to find the least dense area to give you the most time to dodge any coming at you. Snow Sign Diamond Blizzard is an easier version of Perfect Freeze, where Cirno will, instead of sending out colorful bullets, she will send out smaller, less dense icicles at different speeds. But thanks to it being less dense, it makes the spell card easier to dodge. Stage 3 starts to ramp things up, and it's the last of the easy stages. Spinning enemies will come from the sides, and for Reimu A, you really don't have to move. After 2 waves, red fairies will come down from each side, who will fire aimed blue kunais at you. After they reach the middle, more will come and head back to the side of the screen. After they're dealt with, gray and blue fairies will come down, with the gray ones firing red bullets and the blue ones firing small aimed white bullets. You can take out the blue fairies to ease things up, but I don't find them much of an issue, so I just hang back and make my way through. After you deal with them, it will throw everything at you. First some spinning enemies, into gray fairies, then red fairies. Once you make it through all of them, mid-boss Meiling will show up. Mid-boss Meiling will start by sending out a shower of blue bullets. It might get a little tight, but there's usually enough space to sneak through. Then she'll move and send a ring of red bullets out, before moving again and sending out another shower of blue bullets. If you hang back a little, you should have enough time to sneak through the ring before she showers you with blue. Flower sign Gorgeous Sweet Flower will test your micro movements. Meiling will head to the center of the screen before sending out a flower-shaped spam of bullets. I wish you luck because things can get really close. Just try to stay calm and not move too much. If it's too much for you, don't feel bad for using a bomb. After she leaves, red fairies and spinning enemies will show up. The red fairies will shoot blue kunais straight down. After 2 waves of red fairies, they'll try to trick you and switch things up, with the red fairies throwing gray bullets up that will come back down. Now they'll try to overwhelm you by sending both variants of red fairies at you. But it shouldn't be too bad, just stay in between the blue kunais and move up and down to dodge the gray bullets. After this firing squad is the Chinese girl herself, Hong Meiling. Meiling will start by sending a spiral of bullets at you before shotgunning the last little bit of the attack. Just hang back and be careful of that last little bit. Rainbow Sign, Colorful Rainbow Wind Chime, has Meiling sending out a spinning attack of colorful bullets. It might look chaotic, but as long as you don't move too much and try to stay in more open parts, you should have no issues. Her second non-spell has red fairies come and help her. These are the aimed blue kunai ones. Meiling herself will either send out a set pattern ring or a random spread of bullets. The fairies can be killed, but they will return after a set amount of time, so I recommend just focusing on Meiling. Her third non-spell has her send out a ring of red and blue kunais that will go back into her before spiraling out. While the blue kunais are heading down, she'll send out a light drizzle of bullets. Be careful, the kunai attack starts further than you would expect, and has caught me a couple of times. Colorful Sign, Colorful Rain is as it says. Meiling will send out bullets that will curve down as to mimic rain. After the first set, some of the bullets will have a harsher curve, which can catch you off guard, and cause me to death bomb. Colorful sign, Dazzling Color Typhoon is a pain. It's like Colorful Rain, except all the bullets have the harsh curve. Don't feel bad for bombing this one, because I personally hate it, and it also caused me to death bomb. Now things are heating up. First up is blue fairies that will fire blue kunais out at random. I would recommend picking a side and taking out those fairies so you don't have to deal with all the spam. After they leave, spinning enemies will come out and fire aimed bullets at you. I recommend picking a side and slowly moving towards the opposite side to try not to fill the screen with bullets, as well as taking out that side's enemies. After the second wave of spinning enemies, more blue kunai fairies will show up. And we're back to spinning enemies. After the second wave, 4 red fairies will show up alongside more spinning enemies. These fairies are cleaners, so pick a side. Take out the 2, then move to the other side. After the spinning enemies, books will show up. And unless you're Marisa B, you're not going to kill them. So I wish you luck, and bomb if you need to. After the books, Koakuma will show up. Koakuma will fire huge bullets that curve left. Don't be too worried, as these bullets' hitbox is not as big as its sprite. After she finishes firing the large bullets, she will then fire a random spread of blue kunais, before firing large bullets that curve right. You should have enough space to dodge through the big bullets and then focus on the kunais. She drops a bomb pickup, which will come in handy for Patchy. Now for the chill section. The spinning enemies won't attack, so you get to watch the homing shot act funny. After this final wave, it's back into the action, and the spinning enemies will fire aimed shots like before. Books and fairies will show up afterwards. The books will fire ringed bullets while the fairies will spawn lasers. For Reimu A, it's a bit hard to kill the fairies before they summon the laser, but try your best and focus on not being in the lasers so you can dodge the bullets. After 2 sets of lasers, 2 books will show up on the right with a cleaner showing up on the left. Head left and take out the cleaner, then make your way right for the next wave. The cleaner will show up on the right this time, so just do the same thing. After they're gone, aimed spinning enemies will show up. First from the top left, then top middle, then upper left, then upper right, then top right, then top middle again, then upper right again, and then finally upper left again. After that, 3 cleaners will show up. Focus the middle for a little bit before heading left, then killing the left, and then making your way right. Once they're down, Patchouli Knowledge will show up. Alright, pause. Patchy has a gimmick. Her spell cards will be different depending on not only what character, but also what shot type you're playing as. If you're playing anyone besides Reimu A, then I would recommend you look up a playthrough of what character you're playing, for Patchy at least, then come back. Alright, back to it. Patchy will start by trying to pincer with lasers, with the left side coming out first. Then she'll move and fire red bullets at you. I recommend trying to stay in the middle because she will return to the middle to do the laser attack again, this time with red bullets. Be careful, because she'll alternate between using fixed patterns for the red bullets and aimed red bullets. Unfortunately, I wasn't prepared for the aimed bullets, and it got a panic bomb out of me. Fire sign, Agni sign, has Patchy sending out rings of fire. This one isn't so bad. The fire doesn't move that fast and gives you plenty of openings to sneak past each ring. Her second non-spell is like her first one, except she won't stay in the center when she fires the lasers, as well as they will alternate which sides they start on. Try your best to stay under her. If you remember which side the laser will show up, you can position yourself to redirect the aim bullets, making them not as big of an issue. Earth sign, Lazy Trilithin High Level, has her sending clumps of bullets that curve on their way down. This one shouldn't be too bad. Just try to find gaps in the bullets to hang out until you are forced to move. Fire and Earth sign, Lava Cromlech, has her mixing the last two spell cards. Fire will come at you, while bullets will curve down. This one might get a little tight, and I wouldn't doubt you for bombing it, because it got one out of me. So try your best to find openings and watch out for the sneaky bullets to your sides. Metal and Water sign, Mercury Poison, has Patchy sending out green and blue bullets, with the green bullets curving left and the blue bullets curving right. This one can get rough, and it got another bomb out of me, but as long as you move with the bullets, as you weave in between them, it shouldn't be too bad. The bane of my existence. Stage 5. To start, 2 Grey Fairies will come down and fire a ring of bullets. These are slightly aimed, so try not to move too much until they have finished firing. Fairies will come from the side and rain bullets down, but they won't fire up. Then, 2 Grey Fairies will come down and fire non-aimed rings, as another line of fairies will come from the side. Let's hope your dodging ability is good, because you're gonna have to deal with 2 waves of the rain of bullets, plus the 2 slightly aimed rings. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't paying attention, and a bullet ran into me. After a slight reprieve, more Grey Fairies will show up. The first 2 will fire slightly aimed rings, then the next will fire red rings, and then the last 2 will fire green rings. I put myself in a bad spot, so I have to bomb. After those fairies, 4 fairies will show up and fire walls of bullets. This one is a pain to dodge, so bomb if you need to. After that, mid-boss Sakuya will show up. Pause. I'm going to do this one a bit differently from the other mid-bosses. I'm going to drag out this fight as long as I can. If you don't, then you have to deal with this. Depending on how well you do it, you can skip the stage portion and just get straight onto the boss fight. But most of the time you have to deal with the ending bit, which isn't so bad. Timing out her first phase will end the fight, meaning we'll have to deal with all the spam. Timing out her second phase means we lose a 1-up. Sakuya is a real pain in this stage, so I wish you luck. Sakuya will start by throwing her signature knives, with red kunais in between each throw. She will always start throwing right to left. The red kunais might give you trouble, but if you follow the curve, you should have enough space to pass by while still dodging the knives. You can sit above Sakuya and not have to deal with the blades, but you have to be really close to her hitbox in order to hit her, and she can move to the top of the screen, so I wouldn't recommend it. Conjuring Misdirection has Sakuya firing rings of red kunais with the middle being aimed at you. Afterwards, she will then fire lines of knives, also with the middle aimed at you. This one might seem bad, but I think it's pretty easy. Just stay still and move to the gaps in between. Try not to move too much though, because they are still aimed at you. I underestimate my damage, and I let her time out, losing the 1-up. After Sakuya, I have to deal with the ending bit of the stage, which wasn't an issue. After them, who could have guessed? It's Sakuya again. What a surprise. Sakuya will start by sending 4 summoning circles out that will spawn green and blue bullets, while Sakuya herself will send out 3 rings of knives. After the summoning circles stop shooting, Sakuya will fire knives out. The first part can be pretty tricky, and it's easy to get blindsided by the bullets, but try your best to find openings and listen for when they stop shooting. Illusion Existence Corpse Clock has Sakuya sending out a random spread of bullets before stopping time and placing knives around you. Then she will unfreeze time and the knives will head towards you. It's very easy to get hit on this one, but if you make your way to the sides, where they're not aimed at you, you can slip past them. Just watch out for stray bullets. Her second non-spell is like her first, except with kunais instead of bullets, and no knives coming down once the summoning circles stop. I wish you luck, because not only this one, but the next 3 suck. Look for openings and bomb if needed, because I sure as hell did. Illusion Image Luna Clock has Sakuya fire a ring of bullets, then she'll freeze time, throw knives at you, then turn some of them green. The ones she turns green will then go in the direction that they're facing. You best hope that they don't trap you. Good luck. Her third non-spell has her firing knives out that will bounce off the top and the side, but never the bottom. I hate the knife hitbox. Good luck. Maid's secret skill, Manipulating Doll, has her firing blue and red knives out. She will then freeze time and turn some of them green. You know what that means? Yeah, random! Oh, and don't forget that if there's some still on the screen, that they can get turned around again. So watch your back. Fuck this spell in particular. I wish you the best of luck. Here we are, the final stage. If you watch up to this point in its entirety, then thank you. Thank you so much. These videos take a lot of time to make. To start, spinning enemies will show up and shower you with bullets. After that, 2 gray fairies will show up and fire rings of bullets. I suggest going through one at a time. After 3 waves, they'll step it up a bit and send 10 at you. After that, Sakuya will show up. Sakuya's goal, even stated herself, is to get you to waste a bomb. She will start by doing a different version of her first mid-boss non-spell. Things will be faster, but if you hang back, you should have enough room to slip in between the kunais. Conjuring, Eternal Meek, has Sakuya just sending bullets in a desperate attempt to kill you. There should be more than enough space to dodge, but things might get a little hectic. After her is the Scarlet Devil herself, Remilia Scarlet. Remilia will start by firing waves of different bullets. Remember that the large red one's hitbox is not as large as its sprite. Heaven's Punishment, Star of David, has Remilia summoning red orbs, which bullets and lasers will come out of. I recommend staying at the bottom of the screen and finding the largest gap in the lasers so you have enough room to dodge the bullets. Her second non-spell has her firing red bullets at you. Then she sweeps from right to left, then back, before starting over again. This one got me on my first time. I wasn't expecting it to be aimed at me, and it's a little fast. Nether Sign, Scarlet Netherworld, has her firing a ring of bullets around her, which will rain lines before heading down itself. I don't know why, but the weird motion blur on this spell card really fucks with me, making this spell card harder than it really needs to be. Remilia's third non-spell has her firing knives at you, but she leaves gaps open, so it's really not an issue. Curse of Vlad Tepes, has Remilia firing more knives that will curve as they head down, spawning bullets along their path which they move. When she fires more knives, the bullets will start to move, so be careful. Be mindful of the knives coming down while you dodge the bullets. Remilia's fourth non-spell has her cycling between 3 different attacks. The first has her raining bullets down at you. The second has waves of large red bullets coming at you, with the center aimed at you. And the third has her sending fire at you, with large gaps in between. Honestly, this one isn't too bad. Her first cycle may give you some trouble, but it should give you enough space. Scarlet Sign, Scarlet Shoot, has her shooting 5 lines of bullets with the center one being aimed at you. After firing twice, she will then fire all 5 at you before starting again. It's very easy to get trapped with this one, especially with each line leaving a trail of bullets. Here it is, Remilia's final spell card, Red Magic. Remilia will fire large bullets that will leave smaller bullets as they move around the screen. Then, the smaller bullets will move. Remilia herself will turn into a bat when bombing, which I only noticed while watching over this recording. So don't think you can bomb to end this early. We're stuck here. The time may say 99 seconds, but it's actually closer to 118, or about 2 minutes. So don't think you're going to be timing this one out either. Be mindful of the bullets that get spawned from the larger bullets, because they take a second to fully materialize, and it's caught me off guard a couple of times. Since this was her final spell card, I got a bit too relaxed with the amount of lives I had, and just kinda died a lot. I wish you the best of luck, and only bomb when you really need to. And that's it! Now all that's left is for you to get that good ending for yourself. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hoped this helped you. Don't forget to watch Hakanai Blue's Extra Stage Guide if you really want to do that. If you like my voice and want me to make more Touhou content, then give me some suggestions, either on a video or my community posts. I really enjoy Touhou and would love to make more content about it. This video took way too long to make, so if you liked it, leave a comment. You may feel like no one sees comments, but I still check, and encouragement keeps me going. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.